Welcome onto the podcast, the one and only, the man that needs no introduction, the big double-double, aka Mason Hooks, committed to Princeton next year. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Happy to be here.
Well, I would be too. I mean, it is the Big Al experience. Now, I want to get right into it. First question. I want to start off with the playoffs this year. You obviously faced off against the Sierra Canyon High School.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a hell of a game in front of LeBron and Drake. Walk me through that experience and how that game went for you.
You know what? I think for a loss, it went about as well as it could go, especially if, from my last high school game. We went out there. I don't think we played badly at all. I think we played pretty well and made it really close. We were down 3 with like 4 minutes to go, and then, they went on a run. But, they're a great team, and it was overall a good experience, I think.
Now, given that your former teammate Taryn Frank was on that team,
mm-hmm.
How was it playing against him?
I played club with Taryn last summer.
Yep.
So, it was cool. He's a really great player, good guy. So, it wasn't it was great. They were it was great just playing against all those guys. You love playing against good competition. So, yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. You get to be in front of Drake and LeBron. I mean, that's
it's funny to see Drake when I was there. I saw LeBron.
You didn't? Well, yeah, I mean, he was there. I got to tell you.
I know. I was surprised. I didn't know until after the game.
So you played that whole game not knowing Drake was there.
Yeah, I knew LeBron was going to be there.
Right.
And I know I think he got there kind of midway through the first quarter, and I think we went out of a timeout, and I walked out of the court and looked over and saw it. Like, Jesus, sick, that guy.
Yeah. Now, what was the game plan against Sierra Canyon? Given that they've got 2 5-stars, everyone on their team is ranked. What did you go to? I mean, what was the game plan trying to go in there and win that game?
So, for us, and I don't remember every detail, to be honest.
Whatever you can remember.
It was really just don't turn the ball over, because that team is incredible in transition, probably the best I've ever seen, especially in high school. Transition, they're almost unstoppable, especially Amari Bailey had a really good game. I think he played really well. So don't turn it over. Don't give them any extra opportunities to kind of get out and run. And then, because once they got into the half court, until towards the end of the game when Zaire Williams kind of heated up, I don't think they really got a ton off of us in the half court because, we're a good defensive team in the half court.
I mean, I remember seeing the highlights. I think you guys were up with a few minutes left in the game, right? Or at least down by 5 or less.
We weren't up, but I think Spencer hit a 3, made it a 3-point game with like 4 minutes left. And then that was the closest we got. But, we competed. I think we played them about as well as anyone did in the country, really.
Yeah.
Definitely could have won that game. So
definitely. Obviously, no one really knows what's going on in college basketball next year. Being a D1 commit yourself, what is your take on, has anything been told to you? Is there any inside information that you've received and can tell the world about what's going on next year?
I really don't know anything.
No?
And you know what? I don't even think the coaches know anything. I think this is kind of a decision that's going to be made by like governors and, state legislatures and, like people on the board of the universities. And so my coaches don't even know at this point. Right now it's just about being ready in case it does happen. Hopefully it does. And, we'll see.
Yeah.
And for you personally, would you mind playing in front of an empty stadium, or would you prefer just to wait it out or risk, not being able to play at all if that means taking the chance to play in front of fans?
I'm definitely willing to play in front of nobody. It's less than ideal, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, most games I've played in my life have not been packed houses,
Well, I beg to differ. Those Harvard-Westlake games got a little rowdy, especially in Loyola.
It's true. But, just like, club and everything,
Yeah.
You want to play in front of fans, but, if no one's there, it's not the end of the world for me.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And Princeton being in the Ivy League, now there's a lot of misconceptions out there about what the Ivy League is. Now I need you to put those rumors to rest. The Ivy League is soft. The Ivy League isn't really D1. What do you say to those people?
It's really not true. I think you got to go watch it to be able to pass judgment like that. They're definitely able to compete at a very high level. That isn't to say that they're going to be beating Duke, but they have and they continue to, you know, hold wins over high major opponents, and I think they're definitely as legitimate as any other mid-major conference.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Yale.
They had a first-round draft pick last year. Yale did. So
yeah. EA Oni, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came out of BTI, same program me and Mason both played for.
That's right.
No, definitely. Now, why Princeton? I know you could have gone pretty much anywhere you wanted. Why did you choose Princeton?
Well, I don't know about anywhere I wanted. Maybe.
Well, we'll stretch it a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I think they recruited me, I think, the most out of any school. I think they really wanted me a lot. They saw me play a few good games. And so they recruited me. I really liked their coaching staff. I really liked it's Princeton, obviously. That's no surprise.
Obviously, yeah.
Great.
It's a 40-year plan.
There you go. Great facilities, great education, obviously. But I think what made me choose there over, you know, maybe a Harvard or a Yale or like a UCSB or something, besides the education, was just I think I really like their coaching staff and I really like their team. Furthermore, the way they play, I think, is very suits me a lot. They really like to go into the post. They like to play through, you know, high post, low post. So yeah.
Now here's a question. NBA comparison to you. I'll say mine after you say yours. What would you say your NBA comparison is?
Okay. For a long time, I said Pau Gasol.
That's a very solid choice.
Marc Gasol, back when they were really good. Pau Gasol was like my favorite player a long time ago.
Never heard that one before, but respectable.
I don't know. I mean, I met him once. That kind of helped. He's awesome.
Fair enough.
Besides Kobe, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go with maybe like a Nikola Jokic type guy.
You know, that's funny. I was about to say Vucevic from the Magic as your comparison.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Definitely a versatile guy, can shoot the three, but can also run down the floor and get a bucket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I like the way he plays too. I don't watch a ton of Magic games.
No one does.
Send him to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Well,
first of all, just get rid of the team. I mean, no one cares. Now, last question. During quarantine, it's obviously very difficult to go outside, get practice in. What are you doing to stay in shape and get ready for college, if that does happen?
So I run kind of around my neighborhood fairly often, and I try to shoot in my driveway. That's less than ideal, obviously, but I've been doing that, and, you know, trying to lift as much as I can at home. So, you know, it's a weird time, but I'm doing as much as I can, I'd say.
Yeah. Hey, shooting in your driveway is more than Giannis is doing, so.
Wild, huh? You can't even get to like a court.
It's insane.
Well, I want to end this interview off by saying Lakers were going to win the championship this year. I don't
care
what Jackson says.
Cap.
See, Jackson is a Clippers fan, and we don't.
I've been a Clippers fan also my whole life, so let me just put that out there.
Well, we don't respect those people.
Bro, Clippers. You know, thank you. Thank you for your condolences on that one. Yeah.
Shame.
It's okay. Clippers in 6. That's all I have to say.
That's cap. Well, thank you to the Big Double Double Mason Hooks for joining the podcast real quick. We know he's a busy guy. Well, maybe not right now, but we'll respect your time and leave you to it. Thank you, Mason Hooks.
Yeah, thank you, man.